Everyone loves a lucky discovery story. Even if it does make us jealous, we can all hope that one day it happens to us. From the farmer using a $100,000 meteor as a doorstep to the house owner who found a painting valued at $170 million in their attic. Here are 5 stories of unsuspecting owners who made huge amounts of money after some lucky accidental finds. A British family learned that a chess piece that sat in their home for years was actually worth $1.2 million. In 1831, a medieval chessboard with chess pieces made of walrus ivory was found on the Isle of Lewis. However, there were 5 pieces missing from the game. It was 200 years later that another piece was added. A family from Edinburgh brought it into Sotheby's in London in 2019. The grandfather of the anonymous family bought the piece 55 years ago for £5 and passed it down to his family, according to the family who brought it to Sotheby's. The staff instantly recognized it as one of the missing 12th, early 13th century Lewis chess pieces. The 82 total pieces are now in the British Museum and 11 pieces held by the National Museum of Scotland. The missing, now found piece is worth $1.2 million, according to the BBC. Woman finds that her fake diamond ring from 30 years ago is actually a real 26-carat diamond. 30 years ago, a London-based woman found a huge, gorgeous but fake, or so she thought, diamond ring at a car boot sale, the equivalent of an American flea market. She instantly fell in love and knew she just had to have it. After negotiating a £10 or $13 price, she was very happy with the deal, and the woman would wear the ring almost every day, no matter what she was doing, even during the most mundane activities. But decades later, after a jeweler noticed the ring and decided to let her know that the ring might not be so fake after all, the woman quickly had the ring appraised. She was in total shock to find out that the costume gem was in fact a very not fake 26.27 carat diamond. The ring is now in possession of Sotheby's London. Jessica Wyndham, a representative for Sotheby's London, explained that the ring was most likely cut in the 19th century, explaining why it was able to go unnoticed for so long. With an old style of cutting, an antique cushion shape, the light doesn't reflect back as much as it would from a modern stone cutting. Cutters worked more with the natural shape of the crystal to conserve as much weight of the crystal rather than make it as brilliant as possible. The ring is estimated to go for up to $455,000. And as for the lucky woman who found the gem so many years ago, she's chosen to remain anonymous, but we imagine she is very happy with the return on her $13 find. Before we get into the next part, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. Also, comment below saying what the best or luckiest find you've ever had is. A woman learned that a painting she had hanging in her kitchen for years is worth $27 million. In 2019, an unidentified woman in Compiègne, France, was getting ready to sell her house, so she brought in an auctioneer to get some of her belongings appraised. An expert at the Senlis Auctioneers was contacted to look at the contents of the house in case some of it could be sold. I had a week to give an expert view on the house contents and empty it, Philomene Wolf told Le Parisien. I had to make room in my schedule. If I didn't, then everything was due to go to the dump. The auctioneer straight away noticed a painting hanging above the woman's hot plate in the kitchen. It turns out the painting is from the 13th century and the long-lost work of Florentine artist Cimabue. The famous masterpiece is known as Christ Mocked. It is part of a series of paintings that depict Jesus' crucifixion. The painting actually went for auction in October 2019 and sold for a whopping $27 million. The painting now ranks alongside works by Leonardo da Vinci, Rubens, Rembrandt, and Raphael in the top 10 of most expensive old painting sales. A man discovered his doorstep was actually a meteorite worth $100,000. A Michigan man discovered that a 22-pound rock that he had been using as a doorstep for over 30 years was actually a meteorite from the 1930s. The man took the meteorite to Central Michigan University to be examined by geology professor Mona Sebescu. "It's the most valuable specimen I've ever held in my life," Sebescu said. The man, who chose to remain unnamed, said that he obtained the meteorite in 1998 after purchasing a farm. The previous owner actually did tell him that the rock was a meteorite from some time in the 1930s and gave it to him along with the property. Weighing in at 22 pounds and made of 88.5% iron and 11.5% nickel, the meteorite is estimated to be worth $100,000. A long-lost painting found tucked away in a French attic has an estimated value of up to $171 million. What is it with really expensive paintings hiding away in France? In 2014, in Toulouse, France, the owners of a house found something in an attic which was filled with toys and old clothing and all the usual mess. Amongst all the junk was an original painting from Renaissance artist Caravaggio that was worth millions. The painting depicts the biblical tale of a woman named Judith who beheads Holofernes in the Old Testament. Caravaggio allegedly painted two versions of the same image. This version had been lost for decades until it turned up in the attic. Although some think the painting isn't real, it was estimated to be worth between $114 and $171 million. The piece was due to go up for auction, but before bidding could start, a foreign buyer close to a major museum stepped in and purchased it. No one knows the price or who bought it due to a confidentiality agreement. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our future videos.